You are a mental refugee. You are not thinking. You are fleeing. Every thought is an escape route. Every belief is a temporary shelter. Every conviction is borrowed from someone stronger, smarter, safer. You have no homeland in your own mind. No sovereign territory where your own ideas grow untamed and unapologetic. You are an intellectual nomad, wandering from one guru's oasis to another's mirage, drinking from wells of wisdom that were dug by hands that are not your own. You are a mental refugee, and you've been seeking asylum in other people's certainty because your own uncertainty feels like a war zone. But listen closely. The camps you've been inhabiting aren't sanctuaries. They are intellectual ghettos designed to keep you dependent, manageable, and eternally seeking permission to think. They told you to keep an open mind. They didn't tell you that an open mind without borders becomes a dumping ground for every ideology, every fear, every borrowed limitation. Your mind is not open, it is occupied territory. And you are living in the refugee camps built on its ruins, waiting for someone to grant you citizenship in a country of conviction you could have built yourself years ago. It's time to stop seeking asylum. It's time to declare intellectual independence. It's time to build your own nation of thought from the ground up, with borders you control, laws you write, and a flag you designed with your own hands. If you're ready to stop living in the mental camps and start building your own capital, let's begin. Phase 1. Recognize the intellectual ghettos. You cannot liberate territory you don't know is occupied. Before you can claim sovereignty, you must map the camps where you've been squatting. These are not places of learning. They are intellectual prisons with comfortable branding. The self-help ghetto. A sprawling, neon-lit slum where millions wander in circles, clutching dog-eared copies of someone else's transformation. Here, you consume solution after solution without ever implementing one. You attend seminar after seminar without ever taking the stage. You are a permanent student in a class that has no graduation because your continued enrollment pays the guru's mortgage. The promise is evolution. The reality is subscription. The guru compound. A walled garden where one voice speaks and thousands listen. You trade your critical thinking for their catchy phrases, your skepticism for their soothing certainty, your questions for their pre-packaged answers. In this camp, independence is heresy, and doubt is the original sin. They don't want followers who think, they want echoes who repeat. You are not a disciple. You are a recording. The echo chamber settlement. A cozy, insulated village where every opinion you voice is reflected back to you louder, and every belief you hold is reinforced by a chorus of identical voices. In this camp, comfort is valued over truth, and consensus is worshipped like a god. You are not building convictions. You are performing rituals of agreement. Your beliefs are not tested. They are tethered to the group. The distraction metro, a bustling, chaotic transit system that never reaches a destination. You scroll instead of think. You consume instead of create. You click instead of commit. This isn't a camp you live in. It's a vehicle you're trapped on, moving at high speed toward nowhere. Your attention is the fare you pay for a ride that never ends. These are not shelters. They are intellectual internment camps, designed to keep you mentally manageable, creatively neutered, and perpetually seeking guidance. Their walls are made of your own fear of thinking for yourself. Their guards are your own insecurities. Your first act of sovereignty is to recognize you are in a camp. Your second is to walk out the gate. Phase 2. Build border walls of discernment. A sovereign nation has controlled borders. A sovereign mind has disciplined discernment. Your mental borders have been non-existent. Every thought, every opinion, every piece of unsolicited advice has wandered in, unchecked, set up camp, and started demanding resources. This ends now. Establish mental customs. Before any idea crosses your border, it must be inspected. Ask the hard questions. What is this idea really? Is it wisdom or just wit? Is it substance or just style? Who is sending it and why? Is this a gift or a Trojan horse? Is the sender a benefactor or a colonizer? What does it want? Does it seek to expand your thinking or replace it? Does it want to liberate you or enlist you? Not all thoughts are immigrants. Some are invaders. Some are spies. Some are propaganda. Your mind is not a free trade zone. It is a sovereign state with immigration policies. Start enforcing them. Create sovereignty checkpoints. At the moments when you feel most vulnerable, when seeking validation, when facing uncertainty, when confronting the unknown, establish internal checkpoints. When you feel yourself reaching for external approval, stop. Ask, do I need permission to think this thought? Do I require validation to want this desire? Do I need a visa to inhabit this identity? If the answer is no, stamp your own passport. Grant yourself the visa. You are the border agent of your own mind. Start acting like it. Implement deportation protocols. Some thoughts have overstayed their welcome. Some beliefs have violated the terms of their visa. The limiting beliefs you inherited in childhood, deport them. The insecurities installed by past failures, deport them. The borrowed ideologies that never quite fit, deport them. This is not a gentle eviction. This is intellectual homeland security. Some thoughts need to be escorted to the border at gunpoint. Do it. Your mental real estate is too valuable to house squatters. A mind without borders is a mind under occupation. A mind with fortified borders is a mind under sovereignty. Choose sovereignty. Phase 3. Write your mental constitution. Refugees live under others' laws. Sovereigns write their own. Your mind needs a constitution, a foundational document that outlines your core principles, your protected rights, your governance structure. This isn't a metaphor. This is a practical, actionable document you will write, reference, and defend. The preamble, your why. Begin with your purpose. Why does your mind exist? What is its central mission? Not to be happy or to be successful. Those are outcomes. What is the intellectual purpose of your consciousness? To understand, to create, to solve, to transcend. Define it. This is the foundation everything else rests upon. The Bill of Rights, your cognitive liberties. Enumerate what is inviolable in your mental realm. Freedom of thought. You have the right to think anything, no matter how unpopular, uncomfortable, or unorthodox. No external authority can criminalize your cognition. Sovereignty of attention. Your focus is your most valuable resource. You have the right to direct it without external hijacking. No advertisement, notification, or drama has eminent domain over your awareness. Right to be wrong. You have the right to make mistakes, to hold incorrect beliefs, to pursue dead ends. Error is not a crime. It is data. Your mind has a right to gather data without punishment. Protection from cruel and unusual ideology. You have the right to be free from mental torture, from ideologies that demand you hate yourself, from beliefs that require you to betray your nature, from thought systems that punish curiosity. freedom from self-colonization. You have the right to resist internalized oppression, the beliefs you've absorbed that work against your own sovereignty, the articles of governance, how your mind operates, define the structure, executive function, who makes daily decisions, you do. Not your emotions, not your fears, not your impulses. Legislative function, how are new beliefs adopted? Through rigorous debate, evidence, and alignment with your constitution, not through coercion, fashion, or fear. Judicial function, how are conflicts between thoughts resolved? Through reason, precedent, and principle, not through which thought shouts loudest. The amendment process, evolution with integrity. Define how your constitution can change. Not easily, a sovereign document shouldn't be rewritten with every passing trend. But not impossibly, a living mind must evolve. Require a supermajority of evidence, a profound shift in understanding, a deep alignment with your core purpose. This document becomes your mental law of the land. Read it daily. Defend it fiercely. Amend it wisely. This is your country now. Phase 4. Transition from consumer to producer economy. Refugee economies are based on consumption and aid. Sovereign economies are based on production and trade. Your mental economy has been a consumption-based refugee camp. You consume content, consume opinions, consume validation, consume answers. You are a mental welfare recipient, dependent on the intellectual production of others. It's time to build a production economy. Establish your mental GDP. Your gross domestic product of the mind is measured in original thought, independent creation, and value generation. Set a daily production quota. One original thought that isn't a recombination of others' ideas. One independent decision made without seeking validation. One piece of value created without immediate expectation of return. It doesn't have to be profound, it has to be yours. A single, self-originated thought is worth more than a library of borrowed brilliance, because it proves the means of production are now under your control. Build your intellectual infrastructure. You cannot produce without infrastructure. Build your research and development, dedicated time for deep learning, experimentation, and exploration. Manufacturing, systems for turning ideas into tangible output, writing, building, creating, solving. Quality control, processes for evaluating your own thinking, testing your own beliefs, stress testing your own conclusions. Distribution, methods for sharing your value with the world, teaching, publishing, leading, contributing. Engage in sovereign trade. When you produce, you can trade. Trade your original ideas for others' original ideas. Trade your value for their value. Trade your insight for their insight. This is not consumption. This is diplomatic exchange between sovereign entities. You are no longer a beggar at the banquet of other people's thoughts. You are a dignitary at the table of mutual creation. When you produce more than you consume, you cease to be a refugee. You become an economic power. And economic powers don't seek asylum. They grant it. The sovereign mind, life after the camps. The transition from mental refugee to sovereign thinker is not peaceful. It is a revolution. And like all revolutions, there will be casualties. You will lose the comfort of consensus. The warm, sleepy agreement of the herd will be replaced by the bracing, lonely air of independent thought. Good. Comfort is the anesthesia of the dependent. You will face the terror of uncertainty. Without gurus to follow or ideologies to adopt, You will have to navigate by your own compass, through uncharted mental territory. Good. Certainty is the currency of the cowardly. You will experience moments of profound doubt, where the temptation to seek asylum in someone else's certainty will be almost unbearable. Resist. Doubt is not your enemy. It is your immune system, attacking foreign ideologies before they can colonize you. You will be accused of arrogance, of elitism, of thinking you're better. These are the accusations the camps hurl at anyone who tries to leave. They are the linguistic barbed wire designed to keep you inside. Ignore them. Sovereignty is not arrogance. It is responsibility. The responsibility to think for yourself, to judge for yourself, to build for yourself. The refugee mind asks, "What should I believe?" The sovereign mind declares, "This is what I have discovered to be true, and here is how I arrived here." The refugee mind seeks permission. The sovereign mind grants it. The refugee mind lives in camps built by others. The sovereign mind builds a nation. You have lived in the camps long enough. The borders are open. The Constitution is written. The economy is waiting. Walk out. Build. Rule. Your mind is not a place to seek shelter. It is a nation to construct, defend, and make glorious. Welcome to the first day of your intellectual independence. May your reign be long, your thinking be bold, and your sovereignty be unshakable.